Such a funny little... Oh, hey there, my YouTube friends. Welcome to your Crystal Lovers read. All signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For February 2021, I've been having a lot of fun with these oracle reads. No tarot for a little bit, but that's okay. Everything else I'm doing. This is a little break. So, general reads. Let's get up in this gig. We're going to combine the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno along with, oh here, let me just grab the box because there's no bookie book. The Lover's Oracle, also by Tony Carmine Salerno. Apparently, I like his work, and I really, really do. So what we're going to do, we're going to shuffle and bless these decks. We're going to get all 20 of them because they're 24, right? 24, right? All of the signs, all the cards on the table face down, and then we'll turn them over one at a time because I am going to read from the bookie book for the Crystal Oracle because it's really good and it's really deep. Cool. So yeah, the links, if you want more info about the decks that I use, are always in the bottom of the description box along with some other cool stuff. I always try and put some cool links in there for your education and entertainment. And by all means, check out other videos on my channel that I did before I started doing readings here, because I've been doing readings since I'm 12, but I got a lot of cool stuff on there from the old days and the way back when I used to have a classroom to teach in spiritual teaching and all that stuff. And I've taught crystals, and Lord knows I've taught enough about Path of True Love. So let's put them together, shall we, with my collective pantheons of the divine. All I need from you is to, you know, be present as we do this. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. You know, both feet on the floor, follow your breath, right? Be here in the present moment so you can really feel what resonates and what doesn't. Really hard to do when you're projecting into the future or regretting the past, right? And these Crystal Oracle cards are no joke. Sometimes they come right out and spill the tea all the way across the table. So let's do this, shall we please? Take a nice deep breath. Here we go. Archangel Ariel, who I dedicated this deck to. Good morning. Blessed be my beloved Archangel Ariel, Archangel Ariel, the angel of nature, powers of the north, along with the Urielites and the Archangel of Lyons, and I'm Archangel Lyons. So please, we're just going to put these out one at a time, face down, and then we'll do the same with the Lover's Oracle. So here we go. Please, what is the Crystal Oracle for Aries, February 2021? For Taurus 2021. This is all Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. I keep saying. For Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. For Cancer, my Canceriums, my crab cakeys, February 2021. The Leos, what's their Crystal Oracle for February? For Virgos, lovely earth signs, along with the Taurians and the Capricorns, what's our Crystal Oracle? I'm a Virgo, if you couldn't tell, or I didn't say it 10,000 times already. For Libra, please, Crystal Oracle for February. This feels nice. The Scorpios, please, their Crystal Oracle, February 2021. The Sagittariuses, our beloved Jupiter-led hunters. The Sagittarians, February 2021. For my beloved Capricorns, my beloved Eeyores of the Zodiac that grow younger as they age, please, what's their Crystal Oracle? I always pay a little extra attention to the earth signs, I feel. It's probably true. February 2021. For my Aquariums, my Aqualungs, my Aquarians, February 2021. And of course, my Fishy family, my Mer family's Pisces moon that I am. For Pisces, what is our Crystal Oracle, February 2021? Great. Now, what I can do is, as I turn each one over, I'll pull one of these cards. Yeah, that feels better than laying them all out. It gives us a little element of suspense. And then, of course, I will read from the bookie of the book. Okay, I'll do that. All right, so Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. You've got Sodalite. Now, a lot of times people will think they are buying lapis lazuli, and it's Sodalite. I used to be in the business. So if you're paying, A lot of money for it. If it has pyrite in it, golden pyrite, fool's gold, it's lapis, I believe. Sodalite does not do that, but I've used sodalite for years to just calm me down, right? Almost like blue lace agate, which I don't think is in this book. QRS, come on, where are you? SMS, sodalite, thank you. It is alphabetical, thankfully. Intuition, perception, meditation, calm, strength, and determination, a lovely blue stone. Keep your calm, for this will strengthen your determination to quietly pursue your dreams. For an Aries, yeah, stay calm. Don't panic, and make sure you have a towel. Set aside a little time each day to meditate and reflect on all that you wish to create in your life. Be guided by what you instinctively feel in your heart and trust your intuition. For in doing so, you will draw to you all that is necessary for you to create that which your heart desires. Got it. At the same time, let go of rigidly fixed expectation or time frames. I think that's just surrender the outcome. You hear that over and over again. And trust that your dreams may manifest in ways you have not yet imagined. This card is a positive confirmation. Keep the dream alive. That's really lovely. So with sodalite, please, my pantheons of love, the angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved for love. What is their lover's oracle card to go with that peace, that calm, that determination, right? That surrendering of outcome and timing and the where and the when and the how. We are looking at reflection, very much what that card was talking about, to meditate. And meditate just doesn't mean, you know, the more Eastern forms of stilling the mind and all of that. This may very well have to do with reflection and contemplation. Give each other some space at the moment. It's the Lover's Oracle. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So even particular if there is a little rough spot between you and somebody, or you're in separation, go in, right? I know, Aries, you're a cardinal fire sign, first sign of the zodiac, first sign out of the gate. You want to just make it happen, right? But considering what's going on in planet Earth, it's so easy for people to be so inflamed with stress and fear and worry that they just need time to unwind all of that, right? So everybody needs a break, everybody needs to rest, everybody needs to integrate everything that's going on. So take some time for reflection for yourself and give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And you know, that's an ongoing process. That's not, okay, I have faith. It's like holding your breath, right? It's like you have to be authentic. And when your fears and doubts come up, it's not that you push them back down, but you don't let them possess you either, right? Hence, sodalite will calm you down, right? And change your determination to a more relaxed, steady flow. Work. All right. Taurus, who you got? Ooh, malachite. They named a stone after me. Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. I love malachite. It is one of my favorite stones, but it is, by the way, toxic. Like, don't ever do a malachite gem elixir. Like, don't put malachite in water and then drink it, because it has cyanide in it, if I remember correctly, one of those toxic minerals. You know, I told you I've been in the business already. Would you like some malachite water essence? No thanks. Hard pass, swipe left. But I love it myself. Do I have any up here? I've got tons of it upstairs in the bedroom. Lapis lazuli. Where the hell is malachite? It's MA. There we go. Ooh, it's a 2-pager. I don't think I've read this one before in a reading. Malachite. Healing, good for Taurus. Change, maybe not so good for Taurus. Insight, loyalty, patience. Oh, and this one has affirmations at the end. How fun for you. The predominant quality of this malachite crystal is support and healing, right? So regardless of what else they tag on, that is the predominant quality. Support and healing, which is why it's in my bedroom. This is a time of positive change. You will soon let go of past regrets and guilt, and this will pave the way to a positive and inspiring future. Yeah, release the past. That's part of what we're all going through here. There's no going back. You know what's going on the planet right Guilt and regret stem from a misconceived belief that you could have acted differently in the past. And I've got a little kitty cat kissing my elbow. I'll take that as a good sign for you, Taurus, considering he's a Taurus, my Melchior. Booger, I'm working, baby. I know it's hard to deny them, isn't it? Children. Guilt and regret stem from a misconceived belief that you could have acted differently in the past, and if you had done so, things would have turned out better, either for you or for others. Now, there is a mantra from Matt Kahn's Healing Mantra deck. It couldn't happen any other way. In order for me to be who I was born to become in this life, it couldn't have happened any other way. This world is a scripted hologram with near infinite number of choices and decisions every second. It's like a video game, but all of the outcomes are already programmed. You're trying to take the one that benefit the soul, not always give the ego its way, right? Yet the universal law is such that it is impossible for you or others to ever lose anything without gaining an equal amount in return. It's the cycle of gain and loss. You can't have gain with loss, and you can't have loss without gain. Did you see the little black cat kitty paw touching me on? What do you... Baby, come here. I used to put the chair here, but then it would jump on it and crawl on the table. Taurus. Life is always held in perfect equilibrium. You are currently failing to see the positive effects of your past actions, choices, and decisions. Look carefully, and you will realize that many positives exist, and that life is a forever changing and unfolding in accordance to the higher will of your soul. See, that's the thing. The soul is really calling the shots on the larger scale, and the personality is sort of like, you know, they use the word avatar in video games, right? Even online, right? It's like, well, what's your avatar? Ooh, it's like your profile picture, right? Sort of like your avatar. Well, the original meaning of that word is the embodiment of a god or goddess, or, you know, an angel or something. So, you know, to get that, it's the soul. And you are the soul. It's not that we're not our personalities. The personalities are the roles that we play, but the soul is really directing, right? And that's when we go against the dictates of the soul, or in other words, we choose fear instead of love. It's not that we're being punished, it's just that we have to learn the lessons. And really, there's no other way around that. It's just, so even the things that you think were the worst possible actions and decisions and choices you've ever made are actually part of a larger plan to get you where you need to go. You know, people say 2 wrongs don't make a right, but my guide said to me, no, 3 lefts make a right. And if we want you to go right and you go left, we'll make you go left 2 more times, right? So that you always end up where you're supposed to be, right on time. There are no mistakes, for ultimately all serves a purpose, which is exactly what I just said. All is designed to help us expand our awareness in order that we can embrace greater spheres of wisdom and love. Absolutely. Bless the past and let it go. Know that everything you have ever said or done, or think you have failed to say or do, has served a positive purpose for you and others. That's the ineffable great plan for you. Thank you, Gaiman and Pratchett. Affirmation: there is no right or wrong choice. Every choice I make is perfect at that time, for it leads to an outcome which is necessary for me to grow in love and wisdom. Rock on. I mean, and that's why you can very slow and steady wins the race, as most of us Earth signs do, of course, depending upon what your other planets are. So my pantheons of love, please, for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Sun watching this video with that card of Malachite, what is the Lover's Oracle for them to which this applies? Only time will tell. You're leaving now. Sorry, I'm Generation X. I can't help it. I have constantly this 80s and 90s playlist running in my head. So only time will tell with Malachite, right? So there is positive change and transformation, and I feel like in time you will see that what you thought was, again, the worst, or maybe someone else's the worst possible behavior, which is probably exactly valid for that time, but you will see that things turn around. And we're not talking about karma in that punishment reward sense. I really get the feeling that there were some fear-based decisions made, right, as a result of people in pain, inflamed nervous system, overwrought tired, abused, neglected, codependent, or experiencing the wounds of loss, and we're never at our best when we do that. But your soul knows that. I mean, your soul is you, and every time the personality is willing to heal and allow the ego to unravel, it is all integrated and absorbed into the soul for its wisdom. So nothing is ever lost. Let's keep going. That was a long one. So that's what he said. Oh, Gemini, rutilated quartz. I love this fucking card. I love the rutilated quartz card. You know, if you ever watch me, I wear that. Oh, I should have worn that today. Oh, well, forgot. I have this thing, a long piece of rutilated quartz on it, dedicated to Archangel Ariel, the Torch of Ariel, or Torch Ariel, if you like. Rutilated quartz, such a great stone. It's quartz, but it has these little gold threads in it called rutiles, and before it was scientifically, officially named, they used to call it angel's hair. Isn't that cute? Isn't that just adorable? I love this card. Vibrational healing, higher mind, which is essentially the mind of your higher self, and reconciliation. This is absolutely perfect to pair with whatever your lover's oracle card is about to be. You are subconsciously receiving loving vibrations and thoughts from someone connected to your past. An episode or conflict that hurt you emotionally is now being healed and reconciled by the power of forgiveness and unconditional love. So it might very well be, you're testing my forgiveness and unconditional love. He just wants Temptations, the cookies, not the band. That someone is very much thinking about you and sending you forgiveness and unconditional love, or they're asking you for forgiveness, or they're forgiving themselves and whatever went down here. Over the coming days, you may find yourself emotionally and mentally reciprocating this love as you reflect on a person or past event. So if you're not sure who that is right now, just watch the mind, see where it goes. You know, hindsight is often 20/20 unless we're carrying a lot of emotional baggage there, but it feels like a lot of that is being healed vibrationally. Right? So there may not be a face-to-face on this one or communication, but that's going to play itself out differently for everybody. Through this mutual exchange of love, past wounds are now energetically being healed, and all negative attachments resolved and released. And that's just lovely. Like I said, I love rutilated quartz. Not hard to find either, and usually not ridiculously expensive, nor is sodalite or malachite for that matter. Breathe. My pantheons of love, please, for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. You got my favorite card there, rutilated quartz. Please, what is the lover's oracle message for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021? My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. That totally is that rutilated quartz. Look, my beloved, this person loves you, and it definitely has a lover's feel to it, right? This doesn't feel like family, although I guess general read, maybe that's just for me. I've dealt with some Geminis in my life from the past, and you know, it's not that they're all total liars and crazy, it's just there are two of them in there. Can I talk to the other one, please? No offense. I think everybody, there should be an amendment in the Constitution that everybody's allowed to have one zodiacal bias because it transcends race and gender and age and all that. Geminis! But I can't help it. I'm drawn to them like a moth to the flame, burned by the fire, right? That's the way love goes. So, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So if you are apart, just go into the 5D, right? The unity consciousness. Get up into your higher self, the higher mind. And, you know, send them love back if you're feeling it. If you're not feeling that, if you're like, yeah, well, you can take your rutilated quartz and stick it in Uranus. I mean, the planet, if you can get the rocket. You know what I'm saying? So that's okay, but then give yourself the love and the space and the time that you need, because as a Gemini, you might think and feel two ways about it. Let's move on. Cancer, you have got, calcite. Calcite, I use it for emotional healing a lot of the time. Depends on the color of the stone. It comes in many, many different colors. Orange calcite's a favorite for me. Calcite, energy. Energy, vitality, Enhanced memory, I'm gonna rub some of that shit on my head, study, communication, and expansion. So if there's any kind of educational process going on here, you can have the energy, the vitality, the enhanced memory. God, I wish I had that. Study, communication, and expansion. Yeah, it's all been replaced by 80s playlists. Your energy levels are on the increase, and you will soon feel a newfound sense of vitality and enthusiasm for life. Rock on, crystal, rock, whatever. An exciting new venture is in store. You will find yourself communicating your ideas and feelings to others with clarity and certainty. People will pay attention and will want to be part of your venture. Calcite is also about the expanded awareness which stems from knowledge, studying, and learning. This magical crystal will assist you in your studies and enhance your memory. It will also help you put your knowledge to good use in ways that expand the possibilities for your life. And I am getting this is absolutely about relationships as well, because every relationship is a lesson that the divine would have you learn. It's an extrapolation from Course in Miracles. Relationships are the means through which some of our biggest lessons are given to us. So to be able to communicate with clarity, right, with that peace of mind, and yet understand that as you're communicating, this venture might very well be a relationship in some way, shape, or form, right? Because, the Crystal Lovers read, I would think, would be more about lovers, but let's see. My Pantheons of Love, please. One card for the Cancerian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021 with this calcite. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So that clarity, right? To learn that boundaries are tricky lessons because we learn them from our families in our early formative years. And then, of course, throughout our lives, we grow and develop. Like, self-esteem is totally a thing of boundaries. But in the beginning, all we have is tribe esteem. And if you didn't get really the love that you needed, I don't think anybody gets the love they wanted, but if you didn't get the love you needed, right, then this thing of the chaser, right? Or if you were smothered, then it's the runaway, right? So that chaser-runaway thing is just really fucking ancient. It goes back to Greek myth. Let's not talk about turning ourselves into a bay tree, a laurel tree, Apollo. So let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. So this feels like a lesson and a communication and a clarity about I so want to be with you, but we also need space because that's healthy. Like the beating of a heart, there's contraction, expansion, boom, 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 boom. Right? And not that you're one person, we're all one soul, we're all one spirit, but, to integrate, right? Even the best of vacations, when you get home, it's like, I need another vacation from my vacation, right? So even something that's joyful, if you want it to be not too hot, not too cool down, not too hot, not too cool down. Okay, I thought it's a double negative. That was a triple negative there. Then really grab a hunk of calcite. Again, not the most expensive stone on earth. And that will help you clarify boundaries and communicate that in a peaceful way, right? In a clear way, where other people will be like, whoever you're dealing with here, obviously, will be like, okay, cool. Like, maybe you're the one who needs the space. Cancerians usually are, right? The crablets, right? In your shell, right? all pinchers and claws and shell on the outside, but on the inside, some of the most delicious seafood ever. That's why Cancerians, once they let you in, they essentially let you eat them. That didn't sound right. Let's move on. Leo, speaking of eating things, charoite, as I like to call it, the coochie coochie stone. And if you don't know who Charo is, why are you following me on this channel? Charoite. I love Charo. She pops up on Drag Race every now and again. I just squeal with delight. Charoite, if you would like to research it further. Keywords: acceptance, generosity, clarity, and inner vision. Charoite is a highly spiritual crystal that helps awaken higher wisdom. Okay, so we're definitely looking at a high vibrational kind of wisdom stone here. You are being asked to accept the current events and bring your focus within. Right? So, okay, shit's going on the outside, and isn't it just, right? So you're like, okay, I'm going in. It's not I'm checking out, I'm going in. All will become clear through meditation. This is a time for reflection and contemplation, a time to allow your inner wisdom to guide you. But sometimes you got to go in to find it, right? Your intuition will sometimes really speak to you viscerally, in your gut, in your heart, somewhere. 7 chakras, 7 levels of intuition in the body. But this is about going inside and allowing all of the stress of the outside world that, of course, you picked up, we all do. It has an opportunity to unwind as you rest, right? And then, and that's what they say, the answers are always within you, but they're under this cacophonous, I love that word, this cacophonous fog, right, of stress and thoughts and other people's emotions. And if you're an empath, get some charoite to kind of slice through all of that. This is a time for reflection and contemplation, a time to allow your inner wisdom to guide you. You will realize that there is nothing you need to change and that all is as it should be. Trust, it says with an exclamation point. Even though the current flow of events is confusing, and ain't it just, there is a divine order to the madness, and there always is. It is only through love and acceptance that the divine order can be seen. And really only just snippets. Just little deets here and there, little details here and there, going, oh, right? It takes such transcendence to see the larger picture, real 8th chakra stuff, right? That on the descent back down, we often forget what we saw because we can't hold that level of consciousness. And I don't know, scrub toilets, raise children, you know, all the things we have to do. You will be touched by someone's generosity in the next few days. I think that's a good segue into the Lover's Oracle. Please take a nice deep breath. We're on this side now, okay? My pantheons of love, please. What is the Lover's Oracle for the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign with this charoite stone meditation, right? Going in, seeing snippets of the divine plan in play, cutting through that stress and all that confusion of the outside world for February 2021. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. But like it said, somebody's coming in to give like something generous, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it says, like a generous offer, a generous opportunity coming to you. So with that charoite, remember, there's nothing wrong here, but on the level of the game, right, you may be facing something that it feels like a great challenge, and the codes to get through it are within you. So as much as the fire sign's interesting, the Aries card isn't that different with the reflection card and sodalite. You've got time and charoite. Forget the parsley and sage and rosemary, apparently. So to give this time, you're trying too hard because there's nothing wrong. So get yourself some charoite, high vibrational stone. I used to work with it back in Body, Mind, and Soul, 1990. Huntington Station, Walt Whitman Road. Oh my God, how the memories come back when I do this, but I just can't read cards all day long, can I? No. Virgos. Hello, my darlings. Virgo power. We've got Azurite. Ooh, cousin to Malachite Azurite. And you can even get Azurite Malachite, which is gorgeous. That rich, lush green with the beautiful azure blue. Oh, azure blue. Sounds like a good drag name. Let's read that puppy there. Azurite. Oh, no, I still want to flip the card on top of it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be a Virgo and follow protocol. Azurite, self-confidence, creativity, expanding awareness, which is what I use it for. Believe in yourself, for you have the ability to materialize your dreams. Yes, we do. Throughout the coming months, you will begin to expand your horizons and explore new possibilities for your life. You will realize that all you need in order to manifest your dreams is self-confidence, which is a daily thing, right? It's not just like every morning. I mean, some mornings I bounce out of bed, right? Like, let's take this day by the balls. Not every day, though. Some mornings I'm like, and that's okay, too. That's part of it. But confidence is really understanding that you didn't create you, right? The divine wrote the script of your personality and your soul, and is an immortal, eternal thing that has survived everything on planet Earth. Sooner or later it does. Believe in yourself and do not let anything stand in your way. I feel an 80s anthem coming on. Even if you are rejected, do not give up, for even rejection can serve to strengthen your resolve and character, provided you are ready for it. Expect it and see it as something you can learn from. Success is guaranteed, provided you remain focused and confident. And confidence is not arrogance, right? Arrogance is a toxic compensation for confidence, but it's also connected to courage, right? It's hard to have courage if you don't have confidence. So it's a little tricky mentally, but it is definitely an energy and a feeling that, as you're right, it would make sense. See every experience as an opportunity to learn, and then it's like, okay, all right, it's a learning curve. That's like my favorite phrase, right? One of my favorite. Learning curve. Learning curve, like doing videos and readings on YouTube. I keep getting better every time because I keep learning stuff, even if I'm not aware of learning it. That's a Virgo for you. It just takes this time to digest it. Ruled by the intestines, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. My gods. My pantheons of love for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is their lover's oracle card with that azurite, right? Because that feels so nice. Twin flames, your passion ignites. Now just hold the frickin' psychic phone for a moment, the psychic hotline. The old definition of twin flame turns my stomach. I'll be honest with you. The new definition is put forth by Matt Kahn on his channel. Matt Kahn, All for Love. I highly recommend the video. Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. I'm not going to go into it right now because this will be a 3-hour all signs reads, and nobody's got time for that. I don't have time for that. I've got 4 other videos to do today. So, no kidding, 4. Virgo, right? But I will say, twin flame in the old context says that this is the person that your souls have a contract together, and that in the new definition, you're helping each other heal. This could say that there is a twin flame contract according to the Matt Kahn version. All right, basic. The foundation of the soulmate contract of twin flame is that you teach each other how to love, heal, and respect yourselves, because you cannot give to each other the love and respect that you want. You may, however, get the love and respect that you need, which is sometimes none at all. Others, I mean, the old definition is that it's like, I don't know, soulmate on steroids, right? It's like, and in every life, right? See, and how do we know this stuff? I went to the Akashic Records. I had my library card reactivated. You can too. You just need to hit a certain level of consciousness, I think. And it really does make sense that twin flame, however, that part of passion, right? So again, with those key words, right? For azurite, I just want to hit those keywords again. Self-confidence, creativity, and expanding awareness. That it takes a lot of self-confidence in any soul contract, and that's every relationship has a soul contract to it, reason, season, or lifetime. So for this one, to have confidence in the passion that is here, even if you don't want to play the twin flame game. What I love about Matt Kahn's definition is he says that, you know, they're not all sexual romantic, and of course you have more than one. If you just divide the soul contracts into twin flames and soulmates, I have a shit ton of videos that I've done on this subject over the past couple of years, then I can see, like, my father and I were a twin flame contract. I loved him. He loved me, but he wanted a Republican Catholic heterosexual. Not what he got. No, he died when the summer between high school and college, I was 17 years old. We were not on speaking terms. So that twin flame, because my dad was nuts, we have a doctor's note, it taught me how to heal myself. It pushed me into my spirituality. I was already into it. I was reading cards at age 12. So by 17, I was reading You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay and doing affirmations, because my father's toxicity as a twin flame taught me how to love and heal myself. Does that make sense? Soulmates, you help each other heal through the quantum entanglement, even if you haven't met yet. But I'm not getting that feeling that this is talking about that version, that definition of twin flame. I'm going to say that this is... the Matt Kahn version. I'm saying that there is great passion here between you and somebody else, and that you really need to look at your own confidence to be able to withstand the heat. That's pretty good. that put a nice period on the end of that very long paragraph. Oh, this is such a fun word to say. Ready? Word. I limber the lips. For my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, you got yourself some molybdenite. Oh my God, molybdenite. Oh, and it's another it's M-O-L-Y. Oh, it's got Molly in it. Careful. In ancient myth, Molly was the herb that would break all curses. If you get a chance to read Circe by Madeline Miller, it's a genius book. Molybdenite. It's reminding me of my friend choreographer Lillian Carter. We lived together in Boston, the studio apartment. And you're like, let's get me some molybdenite. Oh, Lil, I hope you're watching this. I miss the crap out of you. Hello, it's the alphabet book. Where are you? Molybdenite, M-O-L-Y-B-D. It's got some B and D in it. E-N-I-T-E. Watch for chafing. A message from the stars. Oh, let's go back in time. Your life is always held in perfect equilibrium by the divine natural order that exists within all creation. Again, yet another reference to the ineffable divine plan. Believing that you have somehow failed or made the wrong decision or choice is simply an illusion. I would suggest you talking with a Leo, because apparently you got something similar there. There is nothing you need to change or fix in your life apart from your sometimes unbalanced perceptions. Hello, welcome to 2020 and 2021. Mainly your self-criticism. Now, air signs in general can go back and forth on a point, and depending which one it is. Libra's always trying to find that perfect symmetry, that perfect balance, and that really barely exists in this world. And even if it does, because of the law of balance, as soon as you achieve balance, imbalance is created. So that's how we evolve, right? Like even when you walk, one step goes forward. For a split second, you're out of balance until it hits the floor, right? And then you take the risk of moving the next one. So it's very that. Know that you are always worthy of love, and you are eternally blessed. Start to accept all of who you are as you are, and you will see your life magically and lovingly transform. All is in perfect divine order. From a spiritual perspective, there are no mistakes in life. Every experience is a lesson in love and wisdom. So do understand, the heat popped on, sorry. I know you hear it, this is an HD camera. The thing about this is every experience is a lesson in love and wisdom. The soul knows that, but the ego, no, you screwed up. As long as the ego, it feels like it has power, as long as it's making us better than or less than, right? So when we criticize others, because that critical mind could be there, but there's a message from the stars, saying from the stars' position, there's nothing here to criticize. Sort of like what I said before about avatars in a video game, right? It's like the soul always knows it's perfect, but the personality has to choose. But repressing those critical voices doesn't always work so much either, right? We have to give them voice in a healthy way, almost like exorcism. A bit more than I thought I was going to say about that. Breathe. My pantheons of love, please. What is the Lover's Oracle, February 2021 for the Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs with molybdenite, a gift from the stars. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So if you are criticizing time, fighting against time, I should have, why didn't I wasn't ready, why wasn't I ready, why aren't they ready, why aren't they, blah, 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 blah. Wait! Exclamation point. This is an interesting picture to have there. I don't know exactly what that means about wait. Somebody got trees for arms. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. And we're talking the divine nature of the great plan there. Look, you can overthink this as much as you want. I mean, the running joke in my life has to do with Libras deciding what they want for dinner, right? They will go back and forth. Well, I like Mexican, but I just had Mexican in my last lifetime, so I don't know. Like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Y'all need a Virgo to say, we're getting takeout. We're getting... So molybdenite with weight, I think that's a clear thing. You may not be seeing the larger plan, and if you are seeing mistakes made by you or another in some sort of relationship, it does not necessarily indicate what type of relationship, then just wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Take a balanced approach. Scorpios. Who you got, Scorpios? Turquoise. Oh, all hail the goddess turquoise. Turquoise. Oh, I feel so American Southwest. Don't fly Southwest. I don't think it exists anymore. And just be hovering in the sky. And if it's not an invisible jet, don't bother. QRSTUMTURQUOISE. Turquoise. Speaking one's truth, Scorpio. Clear communication and purification. Absolutely. Turquoise is very much a throat chakra stone. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, Scorps. A situation that is causing you concern can easily be resolved by simply expressing how you truly feel. And that's right up, well, the alley of a water sign. But Scorpios can be very reserved about that. They're sort of known for playing their emotional cards close to their chest. You will not hurt or upset anyone by speaking your truth. In fact, speaking your truth has the opposite effect to what you think. It depends on what truth you're saying. Chips, dips, chains, whips, Scorpios. If you're watching my channel, and I have a feeling a bunch of you are, by communicating your feelings and preferences clearly and honestly, all concerned will be relieved. At present, others are rather confused because they sense that all is not the way you are purporting it to be. So come out and speak the truth and give some people some relief here. Clear communication, and that would of course create purification. This magical turquoise crystal will help you ease any fear you have regarding clear and true communication with either yourself or others. So even being truthful to yourself, which absolutely may apply to you all as well, but since it's talking about others, and we're going to get the card anyway, breathe. And here over here, my Scorpio, my Pantheons of the Divine. Please, one card in clarity. Lover's Oracle card for the Scorpio February 2021 that they can work in tandem with a turquoise soulmate. Yeah, you got the jackpot card. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. Now, obviously, this is talking about people in your life. And as I said with the twin flame, you have thousands of twin flames, right? Bosses in the new paradigm. But if we go by that standard, so it is true with soulmates. Your friends, family, soulmates, you help each other heal. But in the old paradigm, yes, this is the soulmate. You've been together in other lives and you have a contract to love each other, but there needs to be clear and honest communication. Like, I will be totally honest with you. People, and especially now, unless they've really been through the crucible, right? Been through the spiritual awakening and transformation, dark night of the soul, shamanic descent, shadow work, right? Embracing the shadow, inner child work, and all that stuff. They're so afraid of their emotions anyway. But particularly with all of the stress on planet Earth right now, emotionally, you can't even get within 6 feet of people, depending on who they are. So for them to manifest physically, right? That soulmate thing, to communicate, I want my soulmate. Or say to someone, I think you're my soulmate, and I think we are soulmates. Or, because they might be feeling the same thing, but if you are withholding, they might be withholding as well. So clear and honest communication with a loving heart, right? You do the best you can in the moment. Communicate. It's always a risk to expose one's heart that way, but Scorpios rarely wear them on their sleeves anyway, so depending on your other planets as well. All right, there you go. Snap. Sagittarians, Oh, you got the sex card, the Crocowite. Ooh, you got the Crocowite. Those shoes, though. Crocite. I've never worn a pair, although the slippers I'm wearing right now are sort of Croc-esque. They're not Crocs. Croc. Such an attractive piece of footwear. Croccoite. Crocowite. Change, creativity, and sexuality. A new phase in your life is just around the corner. Creative possibilities surface from a chance encounter with someone new. Perhaps some enchanted evening, you might meet a stranger across a crowded room. This encounter stimulates inspiration, passion, and a greater optimism for life. Yes! Your sexual energy is also on the rise, and this draws new people and circumstances into your life that you will find exciting, stimulating. I'm down. Unfortunately, I have no planets in Sagittarius. Exciting and stimulating. Wonderful changes are in store for you, yet you are also being warned to be cautious. Wrap it up. Appearances can often be deceiving, so look for inner beauty and truth before you allow yourself to be swept off your feet. I mean, that's just wise anyway. Now, I've never heard of Crocowite before I got this deck. Like, it looks a little prickly. It looks, I don't know, pointy, nointy. But I've never worked with it. I don't know if it's really expensive or if it's, cheap as dirt. I think I'm going to find me some of that, though. I don't know. Maybe put it on a belt buckle so it's right by that second chakra. So very interesting. It is saying creativity, change, sexuality, but also, keep an eye out. Just because you're magnetic. Well, I've been magnetic since I was a baby. Semi-precious weapons. I heard it the other day. It's still stuck in my head. Right? But that doesn't mean you can't be discerning and look for inner truth and beauty, regardless of what they look like on the outside, which I'll grant is tricky. Yeah, my type is, they may have the inner beauty, but I don't know so much about the truth. Breathe. All right, my pantheons of love. Crocowite for the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Please, oh please, oh please. What is the Lover's Oracle for them? Oh, right in my hand there. February 2021, sexual union. That's why I pray all day long, to get you this kind of synchronicity on camera. Sexual union, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I live alone. Well, with cats, and I love my boys, they're my sons. Isn't that right, Milky? I hope you could hear. He's my talker. Okay, Saggies, work. Now look, sexual union, follow the Kundalini, but don't let it run the show. There you go. Cappies, my Capricorns. Labradorite. Labrador. Wouldn't it be great if it said retrieval? Labrador retrieval. I'm having fun this morning. This is my first reading of the day. I might do these more often. I'll just have to get more oracle cards with hardship. I'm heading up to Saratoga in a couple of weeks. I'll drop by the Magic Moon, Saratoga Springs on Saratoga Springs on Field Street. See my dear sister Veronica. Labradorite, very pretty stone. I have quite a bunch of it. Telepathic communication, because let's start off with something simple. Prophecy, auras, and angoras, and energy, right? So obviously very 8th chakra, crown chakra stuff going on here. You will soon see that a particular situation that is causing concern and preventing you from moving forward is due to fear. This realization is in itself a breakthrough. By acknowledging your fear, you transcend it, and a whole new vista becomes visible. All right, so sometimes it is true. Just by acknowledging our fears, bringing the shadow into the light, it's like, oh, right, and it dissolves. Sometimes it takes a much longer time to do that. and in process, right? A longer process. But a new vista becomes visible. Soon, fear will no longer obstruct you, and you will move forward in leaps and bounds. As you begin to achieve your goals, you will realize that you can communicate with others telepathically, and that this form of communication can influence events in a positive way. Well, I got this word. It's in one of the readings that I did a couple of weeks ago. It might even be longer. Because telepathy is of the third eye, but what about telepathy, right? Feeling and sharing the emotions, the energy of emotions, right? So that might be part of this too, because I gotta say, Capricorns, earth signs, we feel this stuff more viscerally. But, you know, like what are hexes and curses and blessings, right? And all that stuff. It all starts in the mind, right? You think about it, you choose it, you say it, and phoom, the energy goes out, right? Whether you're praying for someone or cursing them for filth. By bringing your focus within, it is possible to energetically connect and communicate with everyone and everything upon this planet. The first part of that, though, by bringing your focus within. So it's not so much about focusing and projecting the thought like that, as it's connecting with the quantum field within you, in which all is one. You will gain invaluable insights which will help you focus your attention on that which will be of greater good for all concerned, including yourself. This is an exciting and wondrous time for you. However, you are being cautioned not to abuse this newfound gift, and to remember to always act through love and for the greater good of all. I'm trained to do that. And it's so fucking tempting. Scanners. Carrie meets scanners. Affirmation: at the heart of all creation, only love exists. It stirs within my heart as it moves the earth and stars through endless cycles. All is interwoven with light. All is interconnected through love. Makes you want to go get a labradorite. Now, depending on the size and the quality of it, labradorite can get expensive. So, you know, buyer beware. That's all I'm going to say on that. So please, my pantheons of love for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021. What is their lover's oracle to go with labradorite, with that telepathy, that fun stuff? Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Now, I'm going to say right then and there that you've probably been picking up on stuff telepathically through the airwaves. Like, I can't help it. I'm an empath, man. I feel other people's stuff. Even when I'm in a really good mood, you'd think, oh, you're in a good mood. You'll just vibrate on that frequency. No, sometimes something can come along and boom, all of a sudden you're in a different place. Telepathy is different. It's very, very hard to catch what thoughts are going on if you are in the receptive mode. In the transmitting mode, it's much easier than you think. So there is a freedom here, saying that this skill will be developing for you if you have not embraced it yet. But I would say labradorite, which I have a nice couple of pieces in the house, would absolutely enhance that, raising you in vibration. But you are cautioned to use this. I won't even call it a power. I'll call it a skill, because everybody has the ability to do it. But just like everybody has the ability to play piano, I have no skill for it whatsoever, but through repetition, right? Repetition is the mother of skill. Thank you, Tony Robbins, or I would still climb like a mountain. He's so hot. But he's married with kids. Past life habits do die hard, because you die. Moving along, we've got the aquariums with citrine. I love me some citrine. Be careful. I have heard that they can irradiate certain crystals to make them look like citrine, or they take citrine and irradiate it to look like smoky quartz or something like that. So keep that in mind, but it's really not that hard to find. It's a member of the quartz family, just like amethyst, clear quartz, and rose quartz, and rutilated quartz, and tourmalinated quartz, and all that jazz. Where are you? CHI citrine. Wealth, creativity, abundance, and healing. Yeah. Put a piece of citrine in the cash register where you work. if you're self-employed, because that's going to help during what we're going through on planet Earth right now. Your financial concerns will soon begin to dissolve as a steady stream of abundance starts to flow into many areas of your life. This is not abundance solely on a monetary level, but abundance also of creativity and healing. You are being asked to let go of any fear and guilt that you may be holding on to in regard of your wealth and prosperity. And who ain't got that? I mean, look, it's a learning curve for all of us. You know, not everybody spends their money wisely and well every single time. Plus, there are risks in investment. But we learn a lot about intuition, and we learn a lot about integrity, particularly if we invest our time, money, energy, and creativity into projects where other people don't hold up their end, right? Aquarians are very good for seeing the larger picture, but sometimes they get lost in the weeds when it comes to the details of people's intentions, right? Be thankful for the abundance that you are about to receive. Honor it and put it to use in ways that nurture and replenish your spirit. You deserve to be and to have all your heart desires. Lovingly recognize the abundance you eternally hold within your heart, and you will manifest abundance through all you think, say, and do, because our hearts are like portals to the divine, through which the divine power of love is divine power, the sacred truth of the heart chakra, Carolyn Mace, anatomy of the spirit, right? That when we allow it to open with that creativity, with that passion, then that abundance flows through us, and no matter what we have, we can bless it with that and chill, right? And feel that. And of course, what you release returns to you threefold or otherwise, right? So there's a lot of abundance for you. And if you're not experiencing that, it is saying get into your heart, because we always have love within us, but sometimes it is hidden. It is covered. It's not that the love is wounded. It's just that we've got baggage of pain and unprocessed stuff in between. And Aquarians, air signs in particular, would rather think themselves out of that stuff. This is really talking about creativity as well. So that perhaps take those feelings of fear, right, or guilt or shame about financial abundances in the past that did not go well, or your own errors, even in relationships, right? Abundance has a lot to do in relationships too. Carolyn Mace, I think, said that a rich man can be out in public having dinner with their mistress, but a poor man has to keep it in secret. And I'm sorry to gender that, but let's just believe that's what she said. And it does make sense, right? Yeah, I'm not touching that anymore, considering what we've been through as of late. So please, Pantheons of the Divine for the Aquarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is their Lover's Oracle, February 2021, in tandem with the stone citrine? Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So where, you know, all these other cards may or may not be talking about relationships with others, this is really talking about a relationship with yourself. Only one person on the picture side of this card. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way, because whatever it is that you are feeling, think of it as a cloud around the heart. I mean, if it's bright and happy and loving, then that's an emanation of the heart. But the ego and the personality and overstimulated nervous system, stressed out, tired, freaked out, it creates this cloud of psychic free radicals around your heart chakra that are like lead, right? Energy does not pass through that. So to look inside yourself, to examine that and look at those fears and go, yeah, these are fears that everybody has. I love you. It's okay to have that thought. It's okay to feel that way. Talk to your heart like it's a child that's afraid. And what it does is it brings more of the divine power of love into your energy system through the heart chakra. And metaphorically speaking, evaporates that cloud, right? But it's not permanent, right? It's like there's always going to be more. And if you are picking up the energies of others and in conversations, you're picking up psychic free radicals with people. See, I live alone, so I can keep my energy field relatively clear. That's why I'm able to do these readings with such clarity. I mean, I don't take credit for that, but I do take credit for the amount of work that I do, talking to my heart, bringing my energy into alignment, having a daily spiritual practice that I have more than a daily one. I mean, really, it's like throughout the day, over and over. Wim Hof breathing and yoga and prayer and meditation. I'll throw in a video for a binaural beats, clear your heart chakra or something like that, right? Because I don't have to compromise that with anybody. If you are single right now, wonderful opportunity for you to really get the abundance inside of you that really, once you touch into it, and we've all had moments like this where it's like, no, everything's fine exactly as it is. We relax. And then stuff can come in because our fear is low, and as are our walls. Look inside yourself with some citrine. Good idea. It's solar plexus stone too, so that makes sense. Well, Pisces, jasper red, as opposed to red jasper. Well, I guess they wanted to categorize it jasper this color, that color, the other color. Jasper red. It sounds like a DC character. Oh no. Booster Gold and Jasper Red back together again from the 20th century. No, what is he? The 30th century, whatever. What is it with me in the alphabet today? Jasper Red. Nurture, Pisces moon, care, protection, energy flow, and life force. Just cover me with that life force. You may soon find yourself drawn into a situation in which you feel compelled to care for and protect someone who is in need of help. Yes, my little Pisces mermaid soul. This may be a person or a pet. We don't use that word in this house here at the Angelo Lyons for sure. Drawing the Circle Protector's home office, they are fur family. Pet. This may be a person or a fur family member that has recently suffered some kind of trauma and is suffering from anxiety or depression. Now, my boys are fine, but I have friends, believe it or not, that I'm in pretty much constant communication with when I'm not working, right? And so I am their witch. I'm not just their friend, I'm their witch. They call me. And sometimes they just need... I was a minister for years. I was Reverend Mark of the Silverbird Ministries. I have eschewed such behavior. But you still carry those skills with you. So I hear confessions all day long when I'm not in front of a camera. And the cats just... meow. It's not really the same thing. Your love and attention will help them heal, and simultaneously you will subconsciously heal an aspect of yourself that is also yearning to be nurtured. So oftentimes when we give that nurturance to others, there is that nurturance to the self when it's done honorably and without a hidden agenda. Pisces, we're sort of known for hidden agendas. It's that other fish. Right? The one above the water and the one below, right? Dolphin and shark, flipper and jaws. You will heal an emotional trauma you experienced in the past, possibly in your childhood. I told you, that's fucking deep. Or it may even stem from a past life. Stood my toe in a past life, and that's why now this one I don't like pointy shoes. There is no need to recollect the past, that's good, or try to figure anything out. Remember that we each mirror one another, and self-healing automatically occurs when we care for another's needs, when it's done lovingly and it's not toxic as fuck, right? Trust in the healing powers of love. Brilliant. Digging it. So down for that, but now let's look. Jasper Red. If I have another son, I shall name him Jasper Red. Breathe. Last card down, my Pantheons of Love. Please, what is the Lover's Oracle for the Piscean Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2020, to work with and in tandem with, which is redundant, this red jasper. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires, but that's going to come through caring for other people. Now, I care for my boys, I care for my house, I care for my career, but living alone, that care for others for me has become obviously distanced. Yes, I've had a small handful of people here at the house since lockdown, and I'm still in self-quarantine. I'm going to go visit my parents, right? But even like going up to see my parents, like it's mutual, right? There's something very mutual in certain soulmate, new definition soulmate contracts, right? You're helping each other heal. And this does feel soulmate based. Like I said, with the Matt Kahn definition of soulmate, my mom and I are soulmates. We just are. We've helped each other heal since before I was even born. We've been helping each other heal. But through that quantum entanglement, as you care for another, so something inside of you is taken care of. But be careful of the codependent tendency to people please, right? It's a form of manipulation. Even, speaking of Matt Kahn, he talks about passive narcissists, which is different than covert or overt, or they're different. There's a whole pantheon of narcissists. But essentially, catch this. This is for empaths. They are empaths that at a very young age didn't know that what they were feeling were other people's energies. And they always internalized it and personalized it. So if somebody was upset, it was about them. So they would people please them so that they would feel better. Does that make sense? So it's very unconscious, if not completely. I was going to say very subconscious unless completely unconscious. So that's what I'm saying about that quality, because I'm an empath and my dad was nuts. You know, Gemini is why I pick on Geminis, right? It's like good dad one minute, bad dad the next, right? You never knew who you were dealing with. So, you know, it turned me into an empathic people pleaser or a covert narcissist. And the reason why it's narcissistic is because you're manipulating them so you feel better. Does that make sense? So make sure that this is coming from a place of love, because give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And that is true of everyone. But with that Jasper card there, care, self-care, comforting, loving, being there for others, and something inside of you gets healed from the past in the process. That's really, really lovely. So guess what, my YouTubers? We're done. We're done. This was lovely. I love doing these. I am going to try and find different combinations. I just don't want to do like the Kuan Yin and the Blue Angel together because that's like a lot of bookie book. But I think the next one I'm going to do is going to be crystals and mantras with the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, because that would make sense, right? Get the crystal, do the mantra, and you've got yourself a spiritual practice for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. But we'll see. I got other stuff to do before I get there. Wishing you all the very, 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 very best and the very, 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 very blessed of February 2021 with your stones and your crystal oracle and your lover's oracle, the crystal lover's oracle. Tell me if you liked it. Like, hit like if you liked it, because this was very informative for me personally, and I hope it is for you as well. So please comment if you can, and I'm always down to talk about gems, crystals, stones, and miracles, because, you know, this was my my wedding ring from my first marriage back in the early 90s. It's Alexandrite. I buried it for a year to purify it in my backyard. And no, I'm not letting go of that. And it's in a rare silver Tibetan moth setting. Yeah. No. Right? So I'm always down to talk crystals with y'all. So comment below if you like. And if you want more of me and you're not subscribed, you feel it, do it. I'm only bringing more. So wishing you all again the very best and the very blessed of the rest of February 2021, my darlings. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.